Swamp Rapids team. First year with the Swamp Rapids, although not first year playing hockey. He has come back over from overseas, over in the UK, to join us here, and has been a monumental part here. And obviously, like I said, one of the leaders on the team, earning a letter this year in his first year here with the Swamp Rapids. So, if you guys would like to begin asking questions.
Is there a connection to Andrew's English experience? Did you maybe know him over there, or in the same organization or anything?
No, I played against him for 3 years over there. 3 straight years, played against Florida. We had some really big games against each other, like playoff type games. I think I always played against him, so I think he just kind of liked my game, and we kind of linked up this summer, and I was coming back to North America this year to be a little closer to my wife, so it just worked out, and found a home here, and I loved it this year, and I've, really had a great year this year here, and, it's just a great group of guys.
We asked Florida a little bit about the chemistry when you've got guys bouncing up and down. From a player perspective, when you've got somebody like Bedsy who's gone and comes back, Nikita's gone and comes back, how do you guys as players make sure that you're all on the same page when the puck hits ice?
Honestly, I'd say, just because it's Bedsy and Pav, they've been here for, majority of the season, and, all the boys, like I said, we have a really tight-knit group, and, all the boys kind of gel really well, and so it's kind of, when Pav or Bedsy gets sent back down, it's, it's kind of just auto, like they've been on the team the whole time, almost like they haven't left, so honestly, for that question, I would say there's really no issue at all, and, it seems like, whether it's Inamoto, Pav, or, whoever's sent down, feel like they just jump right in, and, having a tight dressing room is huge for that. They come in and say hi to all the boys, and it's just like they never left. So I don't think that's ever really an issue for us.
What do you attribute the offensive output to the last 4 games?
Honestly, I don't think we really changed a whole lot. Honestly, I think it seems like we're really excelling, but I think we just weren't scoring. 2 weeks ago we weren't scoring at all, and then all of a sudden we're scoring like crazy. So I think it's just, there's sometimes you're not scoring on your chances. You're still creating a lot of chances. We just weren't putting the puck in the net. So, it was a perfect time to get hot again, and, right before playoffs here. So that was huge for us.
When you're part of the organizational ladder, there's this balance between winning games and developing as a player. Does that shift at all once you get to the postseason?
Yeah, I think, a lot of times, players, everyone's trying to get their points, everyone's trying to get called up, and that's always a part of the regular season. But I feel like as soon as postseason comes around, everyone kind of puts their stats behind them, and it's just from now on just all about the team, because, especially if you want to get called up or you want to get a better contract next year, there's no better way to do it than, having a deep run and win a championship, and the contracts will come after that. Everyone wants a winner on their team, and I feel like everyone in the room knows that.
What stands out about Jacksonville to you?
What's that?
What stands out about Jacksonville to you?
They just got a lot of really skilled forwards that, they're not just offensive, they play the right way, and I feel like that's why they've also been a tough team this year. There's a lot of teams in our division that kind of have super skilled guys, but I feel like Jacksonville is one of the only teams that has the mix of skill and a little bit of compete in their game too. And their top scorers aren't afraid to throw their body around either, and that's what you need in playoffs. So I feel like that's what I would say their biggest threat is to be able to be skilled, but also play a hard game.
He says that this team's kind of built for a playoff series, and built for playoffs, the way you guys are made up the roster. Do you see it that way, and then what are some of the things you see as to why you could have success in postseason play?
Yeah, I'd say we're definitely built to be a playoff team, and I just say that because, multiple times this year, when we have to play a team kind of back to back, I feel like the second game is almost completely different than the first. It feels like we kind of make the team not want to come out for that second game, and just constantly putting the pressure on them, and like I said, being physical is a huge part of our team's game, and You know, when we get that mix of physicality and skill together, I feel like that's the recipe for a playoff team.
Have you been around many guys who scored 4 goals in a game before? What was that like the other night?
A few times I've kind of joked with them a bit. I said I've never seen an easier 4 goals scored in my life, but you know, that's what Pav does. He gets the net, and you know, there's not a lot of D-men in this league that can compete with him in front of the net. He's just got a crazy reach and just a massive frame, and you know, he sees the ice super well, and he just gets the spots. And I mean, him playing with Iarulo is just kind of a deadly combo for them, and you know, it's been working all year, so I don't see why we can't keep that going in the playoffs.
Pavy's kind of interesting in that, he's the only guy that I have to reach up to interview in the post game, but I think fans kind of see him as almost like that old school enforcer, right? The guy that you don't want to meet center ice coming across. To have him be able to open up the offense so much by being that last guy in the zone that can finish off plays, how does that impact you guys that are the ones that are typically throwing yourselves at the net? Does it kind of free you up a little bit, give you a little more confidence to move around knowing he's back there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just the way he is. Like, he's just a all-around great player, and you know, he opens up so much ice, you know, all the time for us, and you know, having him back for playoffs is just massive. I know he had a great season up in the A, got a bunch of games going, but I feel like he's really dialed into our group now, and he knows that, like I said, you know, the more you win, the better opportunity you're going to have in the future, and I feel like our whole team's kind of bought into that, and it's really exciting to get it going here and see what we can do.
One more question?
What's confidence in the team looking like? I mean, you guys, as we mentioned a couple times, a lot of goals right there at the end. Does that build you guys' confidence up? And if so, looking at a long series, I mean, I know sometimes you have a 3-game stand here and there, but when you know it's a 7-game series, you've got to go down there, come back here, potentially go back down there again. Did that spike right there at the end kind of boost the confidence in the dressing room?
Yeah, I'd say it helped for sure. I mean, we had all types of guys scoring in bunches the last 2 or 3 games, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, like 2 weeks ago, it was kind of looking a little bit scary. I mean, we're getting tons of chances, no one was really burying, but you know, just to have those last 2 games with the offense, last 2 or 3 games with the offense buzzing the way it has, I feel like that's a huge boost of confidence for our group. You know, especially because we're the type of group that, you know, relies on maybe only giving up 1 or 2 goals in a game. So if we can score 3 or 4, I feel like that gives us a really good chance against any team in this league.
Perfect. All right, thanks.